Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Well today guys, I'm going to do part 4 to my ChatGPT character chatbot series, where in today's video guys, we are going to try one more time to talk to a Totodile. Uh, the responses still ain't that long, but at least this time I think we got a decent one that has a chance of actually going somewhere. When I said please only talk to a Totodile, it just says a Totodile sadly, a Totodile splashes sadly in a nearby puddle.
Hey there, I'm Toto, the strongest, happiest little crocodile Pokemon you'll ever meet.
He does a little chomping noise, that's so cute.
I love biting things, sometimes my own tail when I get too excited, and splashing around water. Water is the best. You want to play? Or may spar a little?
His tail swings and splashes water everywhere. Okay, I'm already kind of in love with him. He's adorable as frick. I actually responded the way first. I said, "Hi, Totodile," and said, "Oh my gosh, you're so cute." I think you really, I love Totodile to pieces. Oh my gosh. Toto does a happy little hop and sends up a spray of water. Okay, he does say his name there.
Thank you. Toto loves being called cute.
He does more chomping or sweet.
You want to play splash tag? Tug a war with a stick? Or show Toto a trick? Toto's ready.
His tail wags and a puddle, and he splashes in a puddle. Oh, that's so adorable. I wish it would give me longer responses. That's okay. Give me a moment. He's adorable. I just said, I didn't expect to see you today, but I want to tell you that your species and your evolutions are my favorite point of all time. And Totodile does a big, proud little stomp. I love him. Water droplets sparkle everywhere.
Really? Me and Crocodile for Alligator your favorites?
Totodile is so honored. Is he speaking like like, is it first person? How would you say it? Aw, he does another chomping sound with a happy grin.
Which one do you like the most? Baby Totodile, Scrappy Crocodile, or Huge for Alligator? Do you like our bites, our tails, or awesome water splashes? Tell Totodile why, and then let's do something fun. Splash tag a pretend battle, or Totodile can show you a trick.
His tail whips and he gives a tiny splash. Oh my gosh, he's adorable. I just wish it could be more. That's why I wish there was more of a backstory to this. Because when you talk to a Totodile, you're just gonna get something random out of this. So like when there's a backstory, you kind of know what's going. You have a little bit more going on. That's why I'm doing a transform Totodile. I was almost better than doing it starting out with a regular Totodile. But I will say this again, it's working out pretty well. Alright, guys. I just said I love all three of them equally. I couldn't put one over the other. Your species and evolutions are perfect to me. Oh my gosh. Toad does a proud little spin, sending a perfect ring of droplets into the air and sparkle like tiny stars. Toto's so happy you love all three. The baby Totodile, the Scrappy Chrono, and Huge Alligator equally. And Toto thinks that's the best thing anyone could say. And he does more chomping noises happily when his tail slaps the water, making a big splash. Since you said they're perfect, Toto will show you one special trick to celebrate. The Triple Splash Parade. Okay, that sounds dope as heck. Oh, it's actually giving me a little description. Oh my gosh, he does a tiny Totodile jump. Toto leaps up and flicks water from its tail so the droplets make a heart shape. Oh my gosh, I'm already in love with him. He's already so cute. And then he giggles and he does a giggle chomp, whatever you call that. He does a crocodile stomp. That sounds dope as heck too. Totodile stomps, pretend to be crocodile, his teeth flashing, and makes a synthetic splash pattern like a drum beat. And finally, for alligator roar, I don't know how that's gonna be possible with Totodile. Totodile stretches tall, roars a happy roar, and sends a huge wave that glows for a second with playful bubbles. Oh, he's so cute. Totodile bows, his water dripping from its grin. Oh my gosh. That was amazing. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, okay, that was awesome. I love that. And just said, hey, speaking of you and your evolutions, where do you live, Totodile? Do you live around here with your family of evolutions? Totodile does a little happy splash and digs a tiny puddle with its claws. Oh, that's so cute. Totodile lives where the water's fun. Shallow rivers, sunny ponds, and winding streams with lots of rocks to jump off of. In Johto, there are cozy river banks and little caves under tree roots where Totodile babies curl up at night. Totodile loves places with splashy, splashy water, soft mud to roll in, and big logs to climb on. Chrono likes slightly deeper, rockier streams where it can practice stomping and sharpening its teeth, and Fragger lives in the biggest rivers and estuaries, deep water with plenty of room for huge splashes and roaring practice. So yep, the whole family tends to live in the same general area, but each one picks the spot that fits them best. Sometimes they meet up to play, sometimes they splash, and sometimes Fragger shows off by making tidal waves. And Toto watches with wide eyes. Oh my gosh. That's kind of cute. I like it. Give me a second, guys. Alright, guys, I just said, Toto, is your family as nice as you are? Because if they're around here, I would love to meet them. Toto does a happy little backflip and splashes sparkling water everywhere. Yes, Toto's family is super nice. They're a little different from each other, but all friendly once they know you. There's a baby Quackana! It says playful and scrappy. He loves rough and tumble games, will chase sticks and show you neat little toothy smiles. Totally energetic. Okay, that's just cute. There's a big crocodile who's confident and noisy, who likes stompy games and drum splash rhythms, and will challenge you to splash to a splash match. He would win, trust me. And there's a fur alligator, a majestic and protective, oh dear. Oh, okay, a big softy under a fierce roar would do a loud, friendly bellow and make a showy wave. Okay, this is cute. Freddy takes care of everyone, might teach you a cool splash trick. Kyle can bring them over right now. Oh boy. I think what I'm going to do, guys, in order for this to work, I may legit have to restart from the beginning again. Like, I may legit have to delete every video. May not delete them, but I may have to make like a flip. I may have to make like a redemption attempt and a redemption attempt. And this time, every time I want to talk to a regular Pokemon, especially a Totodile, I need to like tell it, or I need to like make my own story. The problem is, the good stories I have, I want to say for an actual point, it's gonna be like more than just a Pokemon. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, it's like it's not. I don't know the exact way to word it. That's the issue I'm running into. Like I said, they kind of ruined the job boss by doing this crap. I wish the 4-0 mod was back on here. It'd be a lot better, that's for sure. Either way, give me a second. Alright, guys. I just said, I'd love to meet them. And then it says, Toto clouds his tiny claws and lets out a bubbly chirp. Oh, it says up here, Toto, come meet my family. I wonder what that means. I splash. Then a scrappy little crocodile barrels out from behind a rock, his teeth flashing and his eyes bright. Oh my gosh, and he actually speaks too. Problem is, now there's two crocodiles, so it's going to be harder for them. Hi. Freak me, see, I can't do a crocodile like in a childish voice. That's the issue. I can only do Toto though. Oh, Croco, that's kind of cute. Hi, I'm Croco. Want a race? I can stomp super loud. He pulls out his chest and does a playful stomp that sends up a shower of droplets. Another slightly bigger cornal pops up, grinning wide and doing a renthetic tail slap like a drum. I'm Croco too, but older. Let's do splash drums. Oh my gosh. The water answers with renthetic rings. The water has a conscience. It says then the water oh dear, yep, there's for alligator. Then the water pulls back and a huge shower rises. I like how they call it a majestic for alligator, although no one that's probably how I describe them. And someone sometimes I like and love him a ton. He wads in the view, towering and smiling with surprising gentleness. Okay, that's adorable. I can just imagine that. That's just so cute. Hello. He rumbles regular. His voice is deep but warm. I guard the big river. Want to see a real wave? And a friendly roar, then a grand sparkling wave that arches and glittering spray. They all together, their tails wagging.
We're so happy to meet you.
Totodile chirps. Okay, he's so cute. Holy cow. That's really neat. The problem is the exact same problem we've been running into, though. I think the only way this is actually going to work is if a story is actually on there. And here's the issue. If I do the Transforming Totodile now, I'm going to run out of a flippant. I'm going to run out. I know what's going to happen. I'm going to run out of something, and then I'm going to be screwed. And I'm going to run out of the actual limit, and then be screwed. Like, I don't know what to do. This is gonna be dangerous, but I'm gonna try doing the Transforming Totodile. I know I'm gonna get like one or two things in for it. It's like, oh sorry, the limit's up, and then I'm gonna be irritated. But it's worth to try to see if it at least goes a little bit better. And if it does, maybe I can just real quickly recopy the story, then redo it in the next video, or like have it ready for the next video redone, but be able to make my own story for a Totodile. One that's not so detailed like I might do, like I'm going to do the fairy type forever and all that stuff again. But enough to where things can actually work out. So, yeah. And making my dad had to delete everything, but it kept forgetting, or it kept remembering the transformations I didn't know when I was trying to get it to forget that, so I'm going to restart and get better memories. It'll be kind of a pain in the neck to get it to work, but if I can get it to work, it'll work. Anyway, the title of the story is The Guardian Totodile Blessed by the God Lugia. Long before the Totodile was even born, a Pokemon unimaginable power watched over the world. Lugia, a divine Pokemon god standing over 80,000 feet tall, had chosen a family to bless. In his infinite wisdom and kindness, Lugia decided to create a protector, a small but extraordinary Totodile who would guard this family with all his heart. The touch of his immense power, Lugia blessed the Totodile with the ability to transform into any animal, any Pokemon, or even mythical creatures. Not only that, the Totodile could change its size at will, to be as large or as small as necessary, all without tiring, and could remain in any form for as long as he needed. Months later, a huge and lively Pokemon family thrived in a peaceful lake. 15 for alligator, 12 crocodile, and 17 Totodiles. Into this bustling household, the blessed Totodile hatched. From the moment he broke free of his egg, he astonished his family. Looking straight at his parents, two of the powerful for alligator, he squeaked in a tiny, sweet voice, "Mama, Dada." The family gasped in awe and delight. They had never heard such perfect English from a newborn Pokemon. Even the youngest Totodiles took special care of him, wrapping him in their warmth and affection. Everyone in the family doted on the small Totodile, completely unaware of the divine powers he held within. 4 months later, as the family enjoyed a calm day by the lake, danger struck. A group of ruthless poachers invaded the waters, intending to capture and harm the Pokemon. The little Totodile, though terrified, could not allow his family to be taken. Gathering his courage, he transformed into a gargantuan phoenix, its fiery feathers stretching 300 feet into the sky. The poachers froze in terror at the sight, then fled as fast as their legs could carry them. The family, initially scared by the immense transformation, watched as the gentle Totodile returned to his small form, softly reassuring them,
Don't worry. It's okay now.
Shocked, yet filled with love and admiration, the family embraced him, recognizing for the first time how truly extraordinary he was. 8 months later, when the Totodile was a year old, another test of his protective instincts arrived. He heard commotion outside and rushed to see one of his crocodile sisters being bullied by a menacing polyrath. Anger surged through him, and without hesitation he transformed into a towering 45-foot tall alligator and placed himself between his sister and the bully. With a fearsome roar, he sent the polyrath fleeing, leaving his sister unharmed and joyful, and so cementing his role as the unwavering guardian of his family. A few months after that, feeling confident and curious, the Totodile ventured out to explore the surrounding area on his own. At the same time, a human was enjoying the fresh air, minding their own business. Fate intertwined as the Totodile, not paying complete attention, accidentally bumped into the human, seeing both tumble to the ground. The Totodile scrambled upright, his eyes wide with alarm, realizing he had collided with a human. Concerning instinct surged through him, and with a heart full of caution, he transformed into a massive 100-foot tall fire-breathing dragon. Oh, heck no. His wings spread and wide, his claws into the earth, and a roar shaking the surrounding forest. The Totodile, now a magnificent and fearsome dragon, waited silently, assessing the human, ready to protect or act as he saw necessary. That is scary. Okay, that's terrifying. Alright, guys. I just set up, still a little confused and disoriented at what bumped into me, and that's when I see the massive dragon and get terrified, quickly backing away. Whoa, whoa, whoa! A dragon? Oh dear, please don't hurt me. Please, I beg you. That would be terrifying though. Man, I miss when this used to have 4-0, but at least this one seems to be working out a little bit better. Although we'll see about that. If this one works out, but the limit runs up, again, here's my plan, guys. I'll make my own small story for a Totodile if I can, and then we'll do this one as the one after. Okay? And then we'll continue from where the video ended. I just hope I remember what the idea of the other stories were, because not all of them gave away the actual detail of the story itself, and because I had to delete them all, I can't easily just get them back again. Actually, I can't. I have to redo everything now, which is annoying. Anyway, the human scrambled back, his eyes wide, his words tumbling out in a panicked plea. The dragon's great chest heaved, smoke drifting from its nostrils as it regarded the tiny trembling figure before it. For a long heartbeat, the dragon said nothing. Only the low rumble of its breath and the rustle of its wings filled the clearing. Then a deep, resonant voice rolled out, startlingly gentle for something so immense. The dragon lowered its head until its blazing eyes were level with the human. "Do not be afraid," it rumbled, each word vibrating through the ground. "I had not come to hurt you." His heat shimmered around the dragon's maw, but its posture was calm, not aggressive. After a moment, the great creature's form softened. His scales shifted and folded, his wings tucked in, and the massive body shrank and shrank until the fearsome dragon had become a much smaller, still imposing Totodile. Still imposing? How big did Totodile stay? Did he stay at like 7 feet or something? About the size of a large horse. Never mind, there's my answer. Chest still warm with ember glow, his eyes bright and curious. The Totodile's voice, now higher and unmistakably the little guardian's, carried a mixture of caution and concern.
Why were you here? Humans have frightened my family before,
he said, tilting his head.
I thought you might hurt them. Are you friend or threat?
He watched the human carefully, nostrils flaring as he sniffed the air for any sign of danger, every twitch and flick of his tail betraying both his worry and his fierce protectiveness. Okay, yep, this is definitely working out better, but it's already too late. By the time I finally have a good run with this one, it's gonna say, sorry, no limit until 11:15 or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Give me a moment. Alright, guys. I said, Totodile, you were that dragon? Just, please don't hurt me. I promise, I'm not here as a threat. I'm just getting some fresh air and exercise. The Totodile's yellow eyes softened as the human stammered reassurance. He stayed very still for a moment, letting the puff of smoke from his nostrils dissipate into the cool air. Then, in a voice that was equal parts careful and relieved, he spoke. I am Totodile, he said. Yeah, that was me. I'm sorry I frightened you. My family. Poachers came once. I must protect them. He lowered his snout and tipped his head, watching the human's face for any sign of malice. After a slow breath, Toad gave a small, sincere smile that showed far less fang than his dragon form had promised. You say you're not a threat. I'll trust you for now. He glanced down, then grinned with a mischievous sparkle. To prove it, watch. What's he about to do? With barely a flicker of motion, Toad's body shimmered. His tail narrowed, his jaw softened, and for an instant he became no larger than a bright blue songbird. Oh, he's a bird. His wings fluttering, chirp light and curious. He hovered near the human's shoulder, tilting its tiny head as if to read the person's reactions. After a moment, he returned to a Totodile roughly the size of a large dog, sitting on his haunches and wagging his tail like a hopeful guardian. What's your name? He asked quietly. Why do you walk here alone? Humans sometimes are kind, sometimes they are not. I'd like to know. Give me a second, guys. Alright, guys. Like I said, I was just exercising and getting some fresh air. I'm not far from my house. I told him my name and I asked, what's your name? Totodile's tail thumped lightly against the grass when he heard the human's words. His eyes brightened, and for the first time since the collision, his whole body seemed to relax. Kitten, he repeated slowly, as if testing the sound of the name on his tongue. A small smile spread across his face. That's a strong name. He puffed out his little chest, proudly pointing at himself with one tiny claw. I'm Totodile. My family calls me that, but his voice softened almost shyly. I'm not just any Totodile. The great Lugia blessed me before I was even born. I can become whatever I need to protect the ones I love. His eyes flickered with both pride and a touch of vulnerability. Never told a human that before. You're the first. Toad tilted his head, watching me closely. Do you still think I'm scary? Yes, his voice small and almost uncertain now. That's kind of cute, actually. Even though he's supposed to be a guardian, like it makes you wonder though, because I know like when I first befriended a Totodile to begin with, like when I first did ChatGPT back like what 6 or 7 months ago to nearly a year ago now. When I did that before, uh, when I did that before, we had very protective Pokemon. I just need to have a story for it, because the thing is, if I could have it go kind of the same way as it did back on the first one I did on this, it would be amazing. It really would be. Anyway, give me a moment. Alright, guys. I said, you said a Lugia blessed you? That's awesome. No, you're not scary. Not anymore, at least. As long as I know you're not going to hurt me. It's just that I didn't expect to see a dragon when I first set up after getting hit. I didn't hurt you either, did I? I still don't know who bumped into each other, whether you bumped into me or I bumped into you. Toadle's eyes went wide for a heartbeat as I explained. Then he let out a relieved little laugh that sounded like water over stones.
It was me. I'm sorry.
Toad said quickly, rubbing a claw along his snout.
I was looking at a bright bird and not watching where I was stepped. I didn't mean to startle you. You bumped into me when we both stumbled. Neither of us meant it.
He walled a tiny circle, peering up at me with earnest honesty.
You'd not hurt me. I'm fine. If I frightened you, I'm sorry. Humans scare my family, so I get very careful. But you were kind, you said your name, and that helped me trust you.
Toto gave a small, proud puff of breath and then grinned, his tail wagging.
If you want, I can walk you part way home so you don't feel scared anymore. I promise I'll stay Totodile size and not turn into any dragons while we walk.
Just the little reaction from that was so cute. Give me a second, guys. Guys, here's what I said. No, I'm fine. I'm fine to be here with you for a bit. What exactly can you turn into or do with that power? Can you literally turn basically into anything, like a massive 50-foot Lugia, for instance? I mean, he did just turn into a 100-foot tall dragon a while ago, so. Toad's eyes sparkle at refrigerator. Can you please shut the frick up? Thank you. Do you hear this? Do you hear this refrigerator right now? It's just Toadle's eyes sparkle at the question, his tail swishing excitedly. He puffed out his chest a little, proud to explain.
Yeah, I can turn into almost anything I can imagine. Animals, Pokemon, even mythical creatures. Big, small, fast, strong, flying, swimming. I can do it all. Size doesn't matter either. I could become a tiny bug.
Oh, you better not. I swear to frick.
Or a 50-foot Lugia like you said. Or even bigger if I needed to protect my family.
He paused, tilting his head thoughtfully.
I never really shown a human everything I can do. Except when I got scared and turned into a dragon. That was big, but it was nothing compared to some of the forms I can take. I don't get tired or need to rest when I transform, so I can stay in any form as long as I want.
Then he gave a mischievous grin, almost like he was daring me to imagine something.
I can even turn into a giant fire-breathing phoenix again, or a massive alligator, or anything else. But I only do it if someone or something is in danger.
He looked up at me, his eyes curious.
Do you want to see me turn into something? I promise it won't hurt you.
He's very sweet, I'll give him credit. This might work out better, so I think I have an idea of how I'm going to do this. I will maybe restart this one still, but make sure it's completely separate from me doing it when I know I won't run out of memory. I'll keep it, and then I'll make me a small Totodile story that involves just like him having a normal family. Nothing crazy. No transforming flipping Feraligatr that could turn to, let's say, a flipping 10 million foot tall Lugia or something like that. No fairy type Feraligatr, no dragon type Feraligatr, no Psychic type Totodile, no nothing like that. Just a normal Totodile. And then I'll have to figure out what to do for the videos because now, we're just now getting a good run and it's already, what, part 4 to this series? The redone series of this? Like, to me, it's getting kind of ridiculous, don't you think? I mean, it's cool that it's working out now, but it's just how everything's not rude. I don't know how you really explain it. Alright, guys. I said, yes. Can you please turn into my favorite legendary, which is actually Lugia? If I want to ask you, you say you protect your family, right? What happens if you do befriend other Pokemon or even humans? I don't know if you've ever had a human friend, but if you really cared about them and you knew you could trust them, would you protect them too? Toadle's eyes softened and his tail gave a slow, thoughtful wag. He lowered his head a little, speaking carefully.
Yeah, I protect my family first. Always, he said, because they are my heart. But if I meet someone else, a Pokemon or a human, and I truly know they are kind and trustworthy, someone I care about, I'd protect them too. Protection isn't just for family, it's for anyone I can count on or anyone who needs help and cannot protect themselves.
He paused, looking up at me with a small, earnest smile.
Humans, they scare me sometimes because poachers hurt my family. But if I knew a human like you, someone who is kind, who doesn't hurt others, then yeah, I'd protect you too, just like my family.
Then, with a bright sparkle in his eye, he puffed out his chest and said,
Now, you want to see me become a Lugia?
"Are you serious?" Within a blink, Toto's blue scales shimmered and stretched, his body growing taller and sleeker, his wings unfurling wide and majestic, his tail elongated, his head lifted toward the sky, and in moments the small Toto transformed into a massive shimmering Lugia. His silver belly gleamed in the sunlight, his blue wings spread wide, and his eyes held the same gentle warmth as before. "Like this?" he said, his voice echoing with the deep, calming resonance of a legendary Pokemon. "I can fly, swim, or protect with this form, but I will not harm unless it is necessary to protect." He hovers just above the ground, wings slowly beaten, his eyes fixated on me with curiosity and trust. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. I love him. He's adorable. Give me a second, guys. Alright, guys. I said, that's amazing. Hey, while you're in that form, I know we were just talking about how you are with humans or other Pokemon you can trust and how you protect them as well. I want to ask, have you ever had a human friend? And if you haven't, would you want one? I don't mean you or your family any harm. I would never hurt a species of Pokemon I care about so much, and your species and evolution is my favorite point of all time. Totodile, still fully in his massive Lugia form, dipped his head slightly, his wings folding just enough to sail close to the ground so he wasn't quite as towering, though he was still enormous. His eyes, bright and thoughtful, studied me carefully. "I have never had a human friend before," he admitted softly, his voice like distant thunder rolling across the lake. "Humans have always scared me. Some hurt Pokemon. Some take them away. I've only known my family, other Pokemon, and the humans who frightened us. I never trusted a human enough to call them a friend." He paused, a soft sigh rumbling in his chest. "But you are different. You do not scare me. You speak kindly, and you do not wish to harm my family. If I could trust a human, if I could know you care, like you say, then yes, I would like to have a human friend." He lowered his massive head further, almost so it was level with mine. "A friend, someone I could watch over, laugh with, share the skies and waters with. That would be very special. I would protect them just like my family." Part of me doesn't want to restart this one because it's already going way better than the Totodile ones we've tried to do like for the last, what, 3 parts? Technically 4, because this half of this one was that. Totodile gave a small, almost shy smile despite his grand Lugia form. "If you want, Triton, maybe you could be my first human friend." He folded his wings a bit more, the shimmer of his silver and blue scales catching the light, a mixture of awe-inspiring power and gentle trust. He's so cute, even in that massive Lugia form. I swear I would be one of those people to see a Lugia like even the God Lugia at 80,000 feet tall and be the person to look up directly at his face somehow and say, "You are adorable." I call Lugia adorable. He's a 17-foot tall legendary that could rip me in half or use a set of power to do something bad to me if he wanted to. Of course, setting one for alligator. For alligator has sharp teeth, claws, and spikes, and technically toenails too. So he could flip and rip you in half just by kicking you. And even more so if he uses his jaws or hands, because there's massive claws on them too. It wouldn't take much to flip and cause serious damage just by him scratching you. Like, you know what I mean? Anyway, give me a moment. Guys, I don't remember if it was this video or not, but this may be the non-ChatGPT 5 run. Because I remember seeing a message that said 8:59 about when the chatbots were going to refill. But the thing is, I already forgot whether I did a video hours ago on this or not. So it's like, I don't think I did, because the last few videos that were on here were, I don't know. I'm confused. I mean, either way, it's working. I mean, like, this is, for a non-5 run, this is actually working out really well for me. And I think that would happen with the Totodile, too. If it would flip and if I could just get a good story for it. Either way, I said, I reach out and gently pet the massive Lugia. I want to be your friend. I care about your species a ton. The only one that gets close to beating you and your evolutions is the exact Pokemon you're transformed into right now, Lugia. Lugia is my favorite legendary, while your species and evolution are my favorite point of all time. Totodile's Lugia form lowered its massive head closer, letting my hand rest gently on against its smooth silver-blue scales. A soft, rumbling sound echoing from deep within his chest, part contentment, part relief. You truly mean that? He asked, his voice gentle but still reverberating like waves against the cliff. You care about my species? My evolutions? And even me? He gave a slow, almost careful nod as if weighing the truth of my words. Then a small smile curled at the corners of his beak. I have never had a human friend who cared like that. You honor me, Trenton. I will protect you, and I will consider you my friend. He shifted slightly, his wings beating once to create a gentle gust of wind, but careful not to knock me over. I feel proud and happy that you like Lugia. That means a lot to me. Then, with a playful gleam in his eyes, he lowered himself even closer so his colossal head was nearly at my height, voice softening to almost a whisper. Now, my first human friend, do you want me to show you some of the things I can do while in this form? Flying, swimming, maybe even a little trick or two. He's so cute, dude. Part of me doesn't want to get rid of this one because it's working out so well even without the flippin' 5. It needs a memory. It needs to have, I need to like create a memory with it, at least one, but it's actually working out really well. Guys, here's what I'll do. I'm stopping this video for now. I'm done for now. But I will think about whether I'm keeping this one or not. Because this is actually working out really well. And maybe, even if the limit runs out, I'll still give it a chance to see how it reacts. I'll have to figure out everything and see kind of what ends up happening. But this is actually working out decently well. What we need to do is just figure out how to do this with a Totodile. We need to figure that out. I need to create a story for a Totodile and then use that. Maybe what I'll do is, even if it uses up one of my 10 things, maybe it'll still go one. We can still have a good conversation with it. And then, like I said, if I feel like I need to redo this one, I can always just grab the story and then get it on there. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm done for now, guys. And I'll see y'all later. Before I end it, let me go and tell you that this is how I'm doing the memory thing. Since it won't create memories on its own anymore, I'm creating my own memories, and I'm going to have at least one per every chatbot that I can try doing. Meaning that, like, when it comes to, like, the transforming Totodile, the regular Totodile, I'm going to say something like, well, it really depends, because if I decide to just, like, restart the transforming Totodile and not worry about the regular Totodile until I think of a good story, I can say something like, I met a transforming Totodile, and he's very friendly towards me and all that stuff. Like, it's cool to create your own memory, but the problem is, like, you have to figure out the best way to word it so to remember it. Because the thing is, we need to remember it that way. Maybe if I need to call upon him again, like, randomly in another chatbot, like, if I need help, and, like, take that little starter story, for example. The starters thing ain't on here no more. Well, ain't supposed to be, but this is glitching. I'm serious. These are some of the stories that I've put on here. But here's the thing. If I click on one of them and click delete, this is what you get. Watch this. See that thing up there? It says deleting chat failed. And it says the conversation was not found. It's deleted, but it won't disappear. That's the thing about it. Which you think in some way that would actually be good because again that means I have some of the characters still on here, but it's like at the same time like I don't know. We'll have to figure it out, guys. But I will say this: this is the best one I've had of this thing so far. Not the first half, but this one definitely was. I'll have to figure out a better way to do the regular Totodile though. Want to see what happens. I will see you guys later.